Okay, so this is the second video, and in this video here I'm going to show you how to make a box and whisker plot, and the reason why is because now we are getting asked questions about 25% of the values are below what value, the middle 50%, 75% or above, what's the median, so basically this questions 6 through 12 are going to be something we can use a box and whisker plot to answer much more effectively. So let's go back to our Desmos. Where'd it go? Where'd you go, Desmos? There you are. Okay, so still have the data there, right? So now I'm going to type in over here box plot parenthesis A. We don't have to do bin on this one, okay? And very importantly, we're going to do exclude outliers, okay? Because we want to just include the main thing. So this is you're gonna get different answers if you don't check this. It's automatically set, so just leave it. Okay. Now, as you notice, you see the box plot right here, right? Okay. So a few things you can do. It's up to you if you want to do it. Just see these colors here. This lets you know that this is, the blue is a histogram. So if you want to click on it, it disappears because it's off. Click on it, it comes back. So if it's hard to see the data, and check it out, because that's our box and whisker right here, right? But if it's hard to see it, you can do that, but then remember you can turn it on again with that, because you're going to have two more data sets, so you'll want to use the histogram that's already set up. Okay, so the box plot, there we go. So here it is, and remember, if you remember correctly, this says kind of the first quartile is in this range right here from 10 to, and you can zoom in a little bit on these. And so what I would recommend first of all is going up here and turn, because now remember with the box plot we want to get specific values. So I'm going to go up here and I'm going to change my step on my X or my, I guess we're going to have to do this. Why is it not doing that? So the step on this, oh, the x-axis, I'm sorry. So I'm going to change that to 1. Okay, good. So see how we see all the values? Good. So what that tells us here is the minimum on this one is going to be 10 now. The first quartile is going to be right here, 44. Median is 54. The third quartile is 67, and then the max is way over here at 100. Okay, so we already get that data pretty nice and quickly. Okay, so what's the first question? 25% of the values are below what value? Okay, no problem, right? So the first 25% of the values are right here, so I'm going to look at where 25% of the values are less than. That would be this value right here, which is 44. Okay, so we can go back and do number 6, and we got our answer for that. Okay, so that's 44. So the middle 50% of values are between what range? The middle 50, right? So remember, that's going to be, for the box plot, that's going to be in between those. So what are the values? We zoom in right here, see it's 44 to 67. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and turn this off for a second. There we go. So 44 to 67, much easier to see. Okay. Okay, so number 8 says 75% of the values are below what value? So we're going to go here, and if you remember that we're going to look for the third quartile, right? Because 25% are below the first quartile, 50% are below the median, and 75% are below this quartile here, which is 67. So that is 67 for number 8. What is the median? Very easy with a box and whisker. That's going to be this line right here. We can see that that's 54 for the median. Okay. Now the next 2, 3 are going to be ones that kind of, they don't give you the exact information you need to know what percent, but whether or not it's either less than a 25%, more than 50%. So I'll give you the example, number 10. Okay, so values between which of the following ranges appear less than 25% of the time? Okay, less than 25% of the time. Well, let's go to 10. Let's try from 10 to 45. Okay, so 10 to 45, from 10 to 44, that's exactly 25%. So 10 to 45 would be more. We don't know exactly. Well, I mean, we could calculate it. We could count probably. Well, no, we can't because we don't have the exact number. But we know that 10 to 44 are exactly 25%. So to be 10 to 45 has got to be more, whatever it is. Okay? So that tells us that's not the correct answer. Well, then how about from 45 to 53? Is that less than 25%? 45 to 53. 45 is here, 53 is here. Oh, check it out. That's from 44 to 54. That's 25. We know that. That's the second quartile. So 45 to 53 would have to be less because it's inside that. So that's our answer. So that's how you can answer these kind of questions, is by comparing something like a range here to what you know is 25% or 50%, etc. Let's do another one. Number 11, values between which of the following ranges appear more than 50% of the time? Okay, let's try 10 to 53. Is that more than 50%? Okay, 10 to 53. Oops, let's go back a little bit. Okay, so 10, which is the minimum, to 54 is 50%. So 10 to 53 would have to be less. Okay, let's try 45 to 67. 45 to 67, okay, from 44 to 67 is 50. So 45 to 67 would have to be less also. Okay, let's try 56 to 97. So 56 to 97, okay, let's go back over here. So 54 to, we have to do a lot of zooming here, 54 to 100 is 50%. So this is inside of that, so that's got to be less. So it looks like it's going to be 43 to 68. Let's check it out, 43 to 68. Okay, so 44 to 67 is exactly 50. So 43 to 68 would be more because both of those start earlier and finish later. So that's how we can do it. We don't exactly know what percent 43 to 68 is, but we know that it's a range greater than the middle IQR, if you remember that, the middle 50%. So that's how we can tell. Okay, so that one's D. Okay, finally, what is the mode value of all the data? The mode value of all the data, and what percent of the values does it represent? Okay, now, what have we done so far? Oops, let me go back. We've got, I'm going to go ahead and click on this. We've got a histogram. Can we get the mode from the histogram? No. I mean, we can get which bin is the biggest. That's kind of like the mode, but we want the actual value of the specific day or the specific temperature. This gives us a range. We don't know anything about the specifics. Same thing here. We know the median is there, but we don't know which one shows up the most. It doesn't tell us that. So do you remember what we can, which statistical tool we can use to figure that out? That's going to be a dot plot. Okay, so I'm going to go dot plot, parenthesis, A, parenthesis. I'm going to leave it as a bin width 1 because I want to see every single specific day. Okay, so this is the one tool that really allows us to do it. I guess we could do a histogram too, but it's much easier with a dot plot because you can see the values more easily. And you can actually click on them. So I'm going to zoom out a little bit, and clearly I can see this one right here is going to be the tallest. So I'm going to zoom in maybe a little bit more to make sure it's one value. So I click on it, check it out. Not only that, it shows me that 54 shows up the most, and it shows up 16 times, right? So if I go over here, I see 16. So 54, and it shows up 16 times. Okay, so 54. Now, there's a little bit of a trap. This is not actually correct. Do you know why? Because 16% is not 16 times. So you probably know it's got to be 54, so it's going to be 7%. But if you're wondering how to do that, then you need to remember that 16, oh, where's my pen? If I did 16 divided by 216, that would be 7%. I know you know how to do that. I did some examples over here. So yeah, pay attention. Always pay attention to what the question asks. And in this case, it asks for the percent, not the number. I hope you guys are catching that. This is kind of I made it on purpose to be a little bit of a trap, but to teach you to really pay attention to that. So the correct answer is actually going to be C, because you got to convert it to a percent. Maybe, you know what? I'm going to do this real quick. I'm going to go percent. Okay. All right, guys. So that's it. That's how you can do this. I did question set or questions 1 through 12. The other ones are the same. I'm going to do one more thing. I'm going to show you that you can leave all of the settings or all the commands in for the histogram, the box plot, and dot plot, but get the new data in. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of the data from data set A or city A. Click like that. Now you see all these things that are telling us, hey, you can't do this, error, right? Well, we just need to go get data. So now I'm going to go back over to our data sets over here, and now you guys are going to do B. So I'm going to hold this down and get all the data like we did before, right? Control C to copy it. Go back over here. Now it's going to be hard to get up top, so you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to go down here as long as I put it in any field. So I click, I'm going to go A equals, and then Control B, and boom. Just like that, all these things start showing up again, and I get all the histogram, the dot plot, the box plot. And again, if it's kind of a little bit noisy, you want to kind of only see one at a time. If you're answering questions, you can click this, and the box plot will go away, the dot plot will go away, and bring them back by just clicking on it. Okay? All right, guys, that's how you do the assignment. So please do questions 13 through 36, and make sure to enter your answers into Canvas.